finally drawing the sunlight to itself as the sun disappeared behind the house. Monday, 9. Planted roses. Rugosa double de Corbet Harrisoni, Rosa Mundi, a selection of old roses from Rassel's in Earl's Court. By the time I have finished, there will be over 30 scattered in clumps through the garden, disrupting its wilderness as little as possible. I arrived at dusk in the nursery set in its little square under the plane trees. It's a romantic place. Walking around in the deepening gloom through the rows of plants, you are drawn into dreams of long summer days, looking at the aging photos above each plant. Rosa Mundi, rose of the world, with its crimson and blush-striped flowers, an old sport from the apothecaries, Rosa officinalis, the rose of Provence. It was brought back by a 12th century crusader and immortalized by Guillaume de Loris in his poem The Roman de la Rose. When I took my roses to pay for them, I found my old friend André manning the till. He laughed at the idea of my wilderness garden. Monday, 16. The second of my small holly bushes has been devoured by a voracious rabbit that has gnawed clean through the stem to get at leaves out of reach. I trimmed back the little that remained. Last year, transplanted from its cozy inland bed, it lost all its leaves to a freezing easterly. The blackened remains slowly came back to life. These hollies were the first plants I nurtured, in large tubs sunk into the stones. I was encouraged by the fact that they grow on the other side of the Ness at Holmeston. Blasted by the winds into frightful shapes, these ancient trees are first mentioned by Leland in his Itineraries. There, he says, they bat fowl and kill many birds. Wednesday, 18. Continued my rose planting, Rosa fetida bicolor, another old rose grown in the Middle East since the 12th century, with single flowers, bright yellow and red, and Cantabrigiensis, pale yellow, found in the 1930s in the Botanic Gardens at Cambridge. A brilliant sunny day, as the greenhouse effect takes hold, winter evaporates. At 12, a load of manure arrived from the local stables. As I shoveled it, I realized how unfit I was. I had great difficulty keeping up with the cheerful Glaswegian farmer, who must have been in his mid-60s. Without a wheelbarrow, I had to pull heavy sacks all day to transport even a third of the load around the garden. The cost of the manure was £24. The whole enterprise, manure and roses, has cost about £200 and has filled me with happiness. By tea time, I ached so much I thought it was time to give up. At 4:30, the sun sank behind the nuclear power station. On either side of the front door are 2 neat flower beds, each 12 feet long and 2 feet 6 inches wide. They were filled with old blocks of concrete and broken bricks, which I carefully extracted and used to reinforce the foundations of the drive. Cars sink easily in the shingle and have to be towed out. At low tide, I collect large oblong flints which are uncovered by a good storm and plant them upright like dragon's teeth in the beds. In front of them, 2 small circles of 12 stones, each form a primitive sundial. In spite of the dry summers, these flower beds thrive. A little mulching helps. Amongst the plants which grow in them are house leeks and sedums, thrift, dianthus, saxifrage, campion, wallflower, purple iris, calendula, curry plant, rue, chamomile, columbine, Shirley poppy, santolina, and nasturtium, and night-scented stock to fill the evenings with its heavenly scent, attracting moths to drink its nectar. Thursday, 19. Cut a strong shoot from the base of one of the elder bushes by the long pits under a chalky moon at dusk. Planted it straight in front of the kitchen window next to the burnet rose. I took a similar cutting last March and planted it right against the kitchen wall. It shot up and ended the summer over 2 foot high. On the Ness, elder forms compact pyramidal bushes about 9 feet high. There are 4 or 5 of them within a mile. They are easily burnt by the salt spray, But apart from that...
To keep listening to this audiobook for free, click the link in the description. It will take you to a free Audible trial where you can listen to this and many other books for free for 30 days.